not limit yourself in that sense. Allow for it to be expansive. Yes, you do have a larger foundation than you are acknowledging. So acknowledge that it is more than what you know.
Okay.
And you are receiving it. It will come forth from your lips without your even thinking about it. It will just start to fly from your mouth.
That happens sometimes with that time thing. Get stressed about what's coming and try to prepare for it.
Yes. But remember that when you are stressed in your words, you are constricting and you are actually blocking that information from coming. That is a red flag for you. It is a reminder that that is not what we would refer to as a level of higher vibration.
Right.
The stress constricts. It does not allow for flow. So as you see yourself in that space and time, just remind yourself to relax, because all things are in divine and perfect order, and you have the ability to have it all flow through you, yes?
Yes.
Yes, of course you do. Yes.
So thank you for that. And
Number two.
So thanks to Raphael, because I have never been able to see her in her feminine form, and that was an absolute delight to have Kelly challenge that, and I could hear your vibrations in there too. That's why I was just giggling the entire time I was listening. The other one, Gabrielle with the trumpet. Don't quite know what that's all about, so I'll leave myself open to that interpretation. And I know authors try their best, but the books I've been looking at, my intuition is just like slamming the book shut. I was reading some Tibet, I'm like, this isn't right. Not with what I know, so I'll just leave open and stop trying to create a metaphor so quickly.
Yes, we would love to share with you that, of course, whether it is right or wrong is not really the quotient that you want to be working with, so to speak, because what we would love for you to know is that on some level there is someone who is interacting with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I don't mean right and wrong.
Yes.
I misquote myself. What
Yes.
I'm saying is, I know,
Yes.
with capital A,
Yes.
I am struggling for a metaphor so that I can present my knowing version to someone else who I know will be coming into my life
Yes.
that will be having a similar experience.
Yes.
I do not have the metaphor right
That's
now.
all right,
Yeah.
because as you stop your struggle,
Right.
it will just occur. And it is perfect that all the things that you are recognizing, they are giving you a platform to see that, well, this is what someone has perceived, and there is actually a more expanded view of this.
Thank you. That's
Yes.
what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Is the expansion, not saying that
Yes.
it's right or wrong, that person,
Yes.
that was perfect what they needed. No.
Yes. And we would also like to remind you that as you bring your expanded version through, we promise you that in a year from now, what your expanded version of this thing is will also be expanded.
Oh,
So
fabulous.
you will be looking back at your own
Yes.
writing and saying, oh, well, this is not right anymore.
Correct.
Rather, this is going to expand again, and we are going to have another level of awareness here that makes more sense in that moment. So it is more about what makes sense in the moment for you, and recognizing that these things may still make sense for this other person over here, or this one over here, and there are people who may be more expanded than you are in this moment who are looking at you and saying, well, this is where she is in this moment. So it is about the integration, and this goes back, thank you so much for bringing it forward in this way, because it goes back to the honoring of yourself, that this is what brings you joy, this is what you know with capital K
Yes.
in your moment in time, but also honoring and respecting that this is what this person knows and thinks with the capital K in their moment in time, as well as over here and here and here and here and here. When you allow for that honoring to occur, when you allow for that honoring and that loving and that respecting to occur, that is how you become one. You become one by not thinking that you know more than another, but identifying that this is what this person is experiencing, this is what this person is experiencing, this is what this person is experiencing, and then you are able to provide an invitation to those round and about you that possibly there might be something else to experience other than what they know. Now there will be those who just turn you off. They will be saying, talk to the hand because he is not listening. And there will be those who will be standing there wanting to know more, wanting to experience a more expanded version, wanting to step into the playground. And this is what we were referring to in the beginning of the evening. This playground of the fear-based stuff that so many are still enjoying is very limited. And what we are sharing with you is that when you step out of that place, there is so much more expansion. And also, when you are in that place already, be very conscious, be very wise, because you can bring this fear-based stuff right back into the place where you think you are expanded by saying that another shouldn't be feeling this or shouldn't be thinking that, or this is different or better than what they are thinking. It is not. Do you understand? And so as you allow for each person to be honored, we are not saying enable. What we mean by the version of honor is the same thing that we mean by the version of unconditional love, which does not mean standing there and allowing for another to dishonor or disrespect you, or another for that matter. So what we mean by honor is the same thing that we mean by unconditional love, and that is to stand in your empowerment and to call the spade the spade. Yes.
Doing that a lot lately.
Yes, wonderful, because the more times that you stand up and you call the spade, that breaks that pattern. It allows for the other person to have an opportunity to look at themselves, and possibly they won't, and that's all right. However, you have taken yourself away from that looping, and we are going to chat about the looping for a moment, because it has been coming forth time and time again this week. As you are looping and you are the other side of the pattern, that would be the loop. But when you choose to do something different, when you interact differently with that which you have been experiencing, up you go out of the loop. That is the doorway. That is the wormhole, so to speak, that allows for that looping to spiral upward. Once you are accustomed to and used to allowing for yourself to be first your own observer, paying attention to the way that you are speaking, the way that you are feeling and acting, and you allow for all those to come forth in a specific manner for you in that moment, you allow for yourself to get on to the spiral. And once you're there, then you must continue to choose to maintain it, to continue to be there, because there will be other parts of you that come forward. There will be other parts of you who say, hello, I'm still here, and I'm wanting to play over here in this playground. And that part of you can hold your hand, and you can share with that part how it is that you step up into the spiral and out of the loop. Do you understand what we're sharing?
Thank you for honoring the quantum mechanic in me. And
Yes.
physics, that was very sweet.
Yes. Is there anything else on your notepad over there?
Yes, there is, actually.
Of course there is.
I am going to say, well, thank you very much for the metaphors and helping with that, because that was kind of stressing me out for a little bit, so thank you for that. Let's see, oh, thank you very much for the information on the sweat lodge. Literally, guys, I was sitting there trying to figure out about the next sweat lodge and where it was going to be located, and I get a text, like 2, maybe 4 seconds after I got it, and you had warned me that really watch my thoughts because it will manifest very quickly. So thank you for that demonstration. That was nice.
You demonstrated it for yourself.
Yes. Well, if you want me to talk in that language, we can, but then
We are just sharing with you that you demonstrated it for yourself, because that is your place of empowerment. And you are one with the universe, and we are here speaking for the universe, for the consciousness, for the universal mind. And that is what you are one with. You are doing it for you. And you are impacting us, which is you.